Listen, it's your girl, Lady Kimberly Jackson, and we are back with unfiltered real talk beyond the pew. And listen, we got a huge show for y'all tonight. All right. This is episode 3. Okay. And so listen, I got some amazing guest hosts for you tonight. Okay. Listen, I have a returning co-host tonight, Miss Rashonda Morrow. Let them know.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
And listen, I got some newer faces that weren't on the last show, but they not new to me and they not new to the city of Houston. I got national recording artist Leroy Thomas. What's going on?
What's going on?
Let them know. Hey.
Hey.
And then I know, listen, you guys, I know we were supposed to have someone here come in earlier, but something had happening. Life happens. But you know what? The best thing about it is I'm able to reach out and call on my boy, my brother, my friend, another. Y'all got like 3 of us up here tonight. It's special.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, she's up and coming.
I got to get on.
National recording artist Houston's own Marcus Jordan.
Yup. What's up, people? I'm here.
Yes, he made it, y'all. I call and say, hey, I need you real quick. I need you real quick. He always be talking to us, but it's all good. But I love him anyway.
I'm sitting here. Look.
Because you love him.
Look, I came.
That's right.
And look, and you ain't paying me, so I'm here. Baby, listen, I'm here. I don't really do free stuff. But God, you see me. This pro bono for my girl.
It's free indeed, because this is free for me too. Let's get it. Leroy, you know what, Leroy? You know,
regardless of what they say, when you bless the poor, you will be blessed. But that's another topic.
Exactly.
Look, I've been there, done that already. What we just said, seasons change.
That's right. Listen, but I'm so excited to have these guys here tonight. So we are going to get into some hot topics tonight, okay? So the first hot topic we got is the E. coli outbreak in the Quarter Pounder, everybody's favorite burger at McDonald's. What? You took a deep breath. The Quarter Pounder with cheese. Man, like that's crazy. I don't eat that, you know. I never really had one, but I'm sure there was I ain't never ate that.
It was good.
But I'm sure other people
my 20s, teenage years.
Yeah,
my stomach now can't handle
that was a grow-up burger. that's the burger we grew up on, the double Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Yeah, I just ate a Happy Meal.
You graduated from like a Big Mac to a Quarter Pounder.
No, I actually went.
I'm grown now.
I went from the Big Mac and skipped straight to the nuggets and fish fillet. You know, the senior citizen.
I keep telling you, fish fillets for senior citizens.
No offense, Daddy. Because I told you.
I ain't gonna lie. Put me 2 of them fillets on there. 4 pieces of cheese. I'm good.
You never had a fish fillet?
Never.
Never.
I'm scared of McDonald's fish.
I never had one either.
Really,
y'all don't know what y'all missing.
I'm terrified of it.
Yeah, I do. I'm missing E. coli.
I can eat the Quarter Pounder, but I can't wrap my mind around that fish. It's just
y'all real bougie.
I mean, it ain't even a bougie. It ain't even a bougie thing. It's just I don't know. I could never bring myself to do it, man.
I'm with you. You don't know what y'all missing, man.
Yeah, I can't.
That fish fillet be it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have
I mean,
to try.
they're a little stingy with the tartar sauce, but
yeah.
It's good though. But it's a lot of people that died. So sorry to those that did pass in other states from this. They have taken it off of the menu now. So hopefully they'll get that fixed and they'll be able to do what they need to do.
Is that why they created the chicken sandwich, the Big Mac chicken sandwich or something?
I ain't never tried.
Oh, they got a Big Mac chicken sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. We recording. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't want to discourage
McDonald's ain't sponsoring it, so you know.
I don't want to encourage. You know, people watch Lady Kill, so I don't want to discourage.
Right?
I don't want to discourage.
No,
but he's a Popeyes guy anyway.
Somebody else say it's good, so they're gonna be like, let me see.
Right.
You know, so you help somebody else.
It just kind of takes like it's kind of giving like cafeteria food for me. Like, school cafeteria.
And he a Popeyes guy anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That Popeyes mac and cheese was sent from the Lord.
Popeyes what?
Mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yo, he had it tastes
I'm about
good.
to leave y'all here and go get me some.
It's very good. You got to try it. You got to try it. It's
Popeyes
good.
mac and cheese is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I take y'all word
It
for
got
it.
the little dark part.
Well, bro, what all you eat?
Yeah.
You vegetarian?
I ain't no vegetarian.
You only ate the
man.
quarter pounder?
No, let me tell you. I did eat the quarter pounder. I had my season of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love Popeyes too.
Okay.
But, I'm just a French fry man, like.
The
I
McDonald's
do get
fries?
McDonald's fries.
I'm not
once
going
a week.
too far off the beat
The app give them to me free.
Me too.
That's just where
Now,
I'm
make
at
sure you
with
give me that information. Run me that.
I will give you my code for the week.
Yeah.
Well, while we're running him the information for the free fries, which Lord help us, we definitely also want to encourage you guys to go out and vote.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell y'all who to vote for,
I vote.
but what I will say is we not going back.
That
So
part.
you can kind of put two and two together, okay?
Yeah.
We're not going back. And allegedly, I definitely saw an article today where there was some ballots that got burnt, some allegedly mail-in ballots from different states, which is totally crazy. Like, this election is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage you guys, get up off your tail.
Mm-hmm.
Hind pots is what my cousin used to say. And go to the poll. Don't mail nothing, because these people are, we don't know who did it. We don't know which side did it. I ain't going to say which side I think it was. But what I will say is just don't mail nothing. You have time to early vote. Not only do you need to early vote if you can, if you haven't early voted, then get to the polls on November the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's important. I don't know if you guys checked out Project 2025, but what they want to do is crazy.
You'll send us back.
They want to send us back.
But they let you know the power we have as a people. They feel like they need to burn the ballots because they know that we are truly the majority people.
Certainly.
Exactly.
So they let you know the power we have if you feel the need to burn votes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree with that, Rashonda, because I think that, this is probably arguably the most important election in history.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the history of this country. And it's just so imperative that everybody go out and do their part as it pertains to voting and making your voice heard, because we were just talking about it before the show started, that, some of our ancestors back in the 60s had to pay at the polls to vote, to cast their vote, to make their voice heard. And here we are, in another decades later, and we have the freedom and the liberty to go and voice our and make our case and make our voice heard. I think it's not only a civic duty, but it is a cultural duty as well for us to be present in that moment to vote. So get up and vote, man. I voted yesterday. My wife and we voted yesterday. Marcus got his sticker on.
He
today.
got his sticker.
He
I
fresh out the
down
pole.
Show them your sticker. Show them your sticker.
He fresh out the pole, man. See what I'm saying?
Fresh off of it.
No, and I want to say, I really want to commend all the people. Today I was very impressed. When I went to vote, it was so many people there.
Mm-hmm.
And, normally, you'd be like, man, there's a lot of people. I don't have anywhere to park. I actually got excited as opposed to frustrated because I to see all of the different, nationalities, so just people out voting.
Certainly.
Man, that means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? So, as she stated, it shows how much power we really do have for them to take certain measures that they're taking to make sure that we don't vote. But for the ones that are making sure and pushing through, man, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for using your voice.
And some of the numbers that I've heard, there's been over, I think it's been updated now, but there's been over 24 million people who have early voted so far, which is history.
It's historical,
It's historical because we could see something so historic in this election. Like I said, I ain't gonna tell you who to vote for, but I will say we could see the first woman of color become the president. Just this is a thought. Like, man, that would be crazy, monumental.
It'll be monumental.
Just to see that.
Women were the last to be able to vote.
Right.
We were the last to be able to have the right to vote, and to see a woman president.
Yes. Yeah. And my daughter, she's young, and even she said to me, Mom, she's been paying attention. She's like, Mom, I wish I was old enough to vote. You know how powerful that is to hear a teenager say, I wish I was 18 so I could vote, because I would vote, because she's paying attention.
Oh, absolutely.
To those things. So before we move on to the next thing, I just wanted to tell you guys again, go out there and vote. Project 2025 is talking about some stuff. Yeah. I'm talking about, just give you just a little bit, they want to take away the Department of Education from our children. They want to up the retirement age. Yep. They want
Which is
to already high. They want to mess up Medicare and the Social Security for our older people, our parents. Okay, so think of those things. Think about those things. Research Project 2025. Please go and pull out the whole list, because it's a lot of pages, but there's a lot of information that we need to look at, okay? But thank y'all for talking to me about that. That was dope. We got some good topics and everything like that.
That's a great talking point.
Great talking point. So listen, we're going to move on to the episode for tonight. The title of our episode is, Can We All Just Get Along?
What a question.
Like, AKA Martin, okay? We're talking about the challenges of friendship, y'all. We're going to discuss some of the challenges that we might have faced. We're going to explore some common issues in friendships and ways that we could possibly resolve them. But for real, I'm going to say it again. Can we all just get along? What y'all think?
I think we can.
Yeah.
I think it's very much so, doable. I just think that has to be effective communication.
Yeah.
Friends are never going to see eye to eye on everything.
Right.
But I think that, differences is what kind of makes the relationship stronger. And it's all about, discernment, having the right heart, being the friend that you would want somebody to be to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Disagreements and, falling out, that comes with the territory. Yeah. That's for any type of relationship. But at the end of the day, again, if you take from it and learn from it, it strengthens the relationship.
Right.
Yeah. I think for me, I was thinking about this on the way over here, but I think for me, one of the most healthy friendships that you can have is one where you can hold your friends accountable.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think accountability, Marcus just said it in so many words. You're not going to agree on everything, but I think when you get to a place in your friendship where you can hold your friends accountable and not fall out, right? And not create any discord just by stating your position, and when you get to the point to where you can understand, okay, we have different perspectives, but we can still come to a happy medium, agree to disagree, and move forward. So I think accountability is everything in a friendship, accountability, understanding and respecting boundaries. I think that's another one that's huge. Respecting boundaries. Respecting boundaries. Because you just we as individuals and humans are in different places and phases and spaces and seasons of our lives.
Yeah.
And we navigate those situations differently, and understanding that and respecting that boundary. I think that's imperative.
Yeah.
And that's good that you said that, because people oftentimes they ask me, they're like, do you have friends? Because I don't, no, seriously, because I'm not in the in crowd of the city, right? But I have 3 great best friends that I grew up with from childhood. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together as kids, and they're all successful. One of my very, very great brother, he owns a chicken, express in Humble, Texas. And the thing is,
what is the address and location?
I'm gonna get it to you. Yeah. Wings Express in Humble, 9723. That Beltway over there.
Let's call that the shameless plug.
But no, seriously,
I will be there. Tea.
But no, I
That's
have
a
friends, and these have been my friends for forever. And I know I'd have to work on embracing new friends, but I can trust them. I have told them some of my deepest secrets. They know like really like everything about me, and we don't cross boundaries. Like we don't curse at each other. We don't go too far. I don't ask them their personal business. They don't do that for me. But you know, we are there for one another. I remember one year I had a birthday party and my wife was like, "Who all you want to come?" And it was just us there. And we had the most amazing time. Mind you, I know a lot of people, but for me, I have trust issues. I'm not real. I'm a very private person. So welcoming you into my space and telling you all my business in the run, I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm real.
Thanks.
And I think it's important to if you're saying that you want to have a solid friendship, you ought to be able to tell your friend when they're wrong.
Sure.
Easily.
Right.
You ought to be able to tell them you're wrong without a disagreement, because if you do have a disagreement, I feel like, in my opinion, then y'all not really solid friends. And also too, you have to know how to separate your friends from your associates. Because a lot of times we get that confused and misconstrued. We'll start mixing them.
It gets confusing.
The biggest, like, we'll start mixing those associates and thinking they're our friends, but in actuality, they're not your friend. And my mama always told me, you can't call everybody your friend. Shout out to my mama,
Shout out, Mama
Jackson. Thank you, mommy.
Shout out, mother.
She always
Mama
has
Jackson,
told me
Kim
that.
told me what you said about me.
No. He is not being a real friend. What did we just say? We don't talk about those things.
He overstepped the boundary.
You didn't mess up. Oh, no.
We gonna address
You
that.
will not call me out. He will not on my podcast.
After the show.
We're going to have an after the show talk. Anywho, like I was saying, before he came over here telling on me and snitch. He's dry snitch. That's what you call a dry snitch friend.
He's concerned about you.
He's so concerned with me in trouble.
He's concerned.
He gonna get me in trouble. No, but know the separations and stuff. But I will say that, like, for people like Marcus, I do consider him more like a brother than more than a friend.
Why? Like,
And
what equates the brother? It's like the tight friendships that equate to a brother, or the tight friendship that
Because
equate
it
to
goes
a sister.
into a
Like,
deeper level.
How do you?
Because it goes into a deeper level. You know, like, I can, and like what he was saying earlier, he could talk, whatever. A lot of times he'll say to me, I feel like I can be me without me judging him. And vice versa. Like, it's one of those things where you can be vulnerable with certain people. You can't be vulnerable with everybody. But you can be vulnerable with certain people, but only those, like you said, that you can trust. So I consider him that. To me, that brother type thing, because we have had a lot of conversations. A lot of times, Jeremy always talks about having uncomfortable conversations. A lot of times we've had those too, where if I was upset, I'm mad at you. And then he'll say a little other stuff. I don't know why.
Wait, what did he say though?
No.
Well, everybody know I cuss. I pastor the church in the hood. I keep it real.
But I ain't gonna say that. But that's, that's how I look.
You want to say something right now?
Look, I know I'm not perfect.
He want to say something right now. But we have a good understanding. So the type of friendship we have works for us. It may not work for other people, but it works for us.
Right.
But what you think?
I think one of the hardest lessons I had to learn when it came to friendship is that years does not equate friendship.
Exactly.
Like, it's like we've been cool for 20 plus years, but then when you step back, and you be like, wow, we weren't really, that's really not my friend.
And see, I don't know her, but this is kind of like how you know who your friend is. Like when I met her, I knew that I liked her. And just the stuff that she says, it resonates with me. But it might not resonate with the next person, you know what I'm saying? But just the connection was there. And it's not anything ill, but I feel like that's how you start knowing your friends, by just that vibe, that chemistry.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's not forced.
It's not forced. You're not trying to fit in, go along to get along, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because Leroy gives me a hard time.
Yeah, I do. I do.
He
I'll
trolls.
be the first to admit.
He trolls
I'm the biggest troll.
me.
Anybody who know me, listen, anybody who know me, they know I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to laugh.
That's what make it fun.
I'm going to troll you a little bit.
He trolls.
But it's all in love. You know, it ain't, you know. Like
have you
Mark
talked
said,
about my food yet?
I haven't. Well, I ain't
I know,
had it.
he has.
Oh. I've seen it, but I've never had it.
Yeah. No, he ain't never had anybody to talk about.
I've only seen it, you know. So
I got some churches I got to see. So let's talk about something else. Because I want to be represented in the best light on this here
we'll
show.
talk about it off
Reciprocity is a big thing with me that I'm learning with friendships. I learned that when I moved here, that a lot of my friendships was one-sided. Like I should never be scared to tell my friends, like, I had one of my good friends that thought I still lived in Dallas. I didn't tell her till like at the beginning of the year, honestly. And I had already been here like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, is this my friend that I can't tell you that I moved somewhere else or you're not gonna be excited for me? Or my friends are like 20 plus years. She never texts, "Are you okay? This. How's it going?" Like it kind of made me think like this is what I do for everybody else.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing it for me. And I was like, okay, are we really friends?
Yeah. That's huge.
It makes you think like, oh, it's one-sided.
Yeah.
Like as long as you in it with the people, you like, oh, it's cool. Rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? Yay.
I got to follow up to that.
Out, and you realize it's one-sided, it hurts. It hurts like a breakup.
How do you react though? What's your reaction to when you've come to that realization that you see that it is one-sided? What's your reaction? What's your next move?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the type of person I fall back before I address it. Because if you say one trigger word from I'm like, well, because I'm not perfect. So you give me one trigger word and
I got it.
I understand. I'm not perfect.
I understand.
But it made me mad. It kind of hurt my feelings because you're my friend. Like you know that before I moved here, I went through a major loss. Right. I was going through the grief process when I moved here. And you, my friend, you not checking on me to say, hey, sis, how it's going? I know you always want to move. You like it, blah, blah. She texted me in June and asked me, have I moved into my own place? I've been in my own apartment since August. We've been friends for 20 plus years. Like, how you know?
That's crazy.
I was like, but I'm going to be honest with you. I just fell back. If she texts, I text, I talk. But I just
and to your point, I'm learning that now what you just said. I've learned now sometimes it's better not to even address it. Just fall back.
Fall back.
Because sometimes, like you say, when in addressing it, then you're painted to be the bad person. It's so much, and you mean good. But like you say, a prime example, like Kim will text me her accomplishments, like if she going or doing whatever, and we go back and forth. Like if I tell her I'm a certain place on the chart, so she'll see before I do, you know, says, hey man, I see you did. Congratulations. It's not who working your record or I sing better than you or I dress better than you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not envious and jealous. Like, my nigga, I mean, excuse me. I tell you, I'm like, this the will of God for my life. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I just got to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't like being fucking phony.
This beyond the
I want you to be. This is beyond the pew.
Yeah, but you know, people are going to be saying they judge better. But, you know, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, it's one of those type of things that, like, just be genuinely happy for one another. Push one another. Catapult one another. You know what I'm saying? When she win, I win. When she went on Bobby Jones, I ain't been on Bobby Jones, but I'm glad I know somebody who has
on there.
You better than me because I said, is he still alive?
He
just came from Bobby Jones.
He get alive.
He just came from Bobby Jones.
I was just up there last week.
Congratulations.
And I push his music
I think that was his last episode, though.
Okay.
I
got a best friend that moved for the last 3 years, she done moved 3 times. And I be so crunk. She'll call and say, friend, I think I'm gonna move to DC. I said, okay, what you gonna do? She'll call me back, I'm moving to DC. I said, when you get settled, I'll be there. So from her living in Chicago, she lives in Chicago now. So I went to DC last year. No, this year I went to New York and I'm planning on going to Chicago. Wherever she go, I go. I need to make sure my friend good. And I love it for her. She don't have no key. She got a place in Costa Rica. I'm gonna live in Costa Rica. She stayed down there for 2 years. Long as I know you're safe and you're okay, I'm good with that.
Exactly.
And go everywhere she go, I'm going.
Right.
Exactly. And the thing is, too, just to piggyback on what he was saying, it's important that I always stress when you are happy for someone else, your friends, you congratulating them, you see the blessing come full circle.
100%.
Not when you're upset, not when you're like, oh, I don't like that they're winning, or I don't like that. Because my whole thing is, it's so much room for everybody to win.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to be upset because your friend is doing what you ought to want to, you know? And so also on the flip side, I've been through that, the 20 plus, 30 plus years. Whoo, Jesus. And I've addressed it before. I did. But, you know, sometimes it just doesn't change. And so and so it's almost like I addressed it. I said what I had to say. Rather you received it, rather you change your action, rather you change it to be better. Because my thing is, at the end of the day, if you're not gonna change, if I'm telling you I don't like something that you're doing, or I don't appreciate what you did, and you don't change the behavior, then that means I'm gonna have to rethink this whole friendship.
Sure.
Tyler Perry said it on one of his plays. He was like, if you're telling somebody over and over, this is what's bothering me, this is what's hurting me, and they change it, then they're willing to grow that friendship. Sure. But if you're telling them over and over, I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you do that, and they still doing the same thing, it's almost like you have to, I'm learning to love those people at a distance. I have to, because it'll start to stress me out if I dwell on it too much. And my biggest pet peeve is, if I've shown up for you for so long, so many years, I'm been there, and I'm looking around, and when it's my turn, I can't find you. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And
you should be able to communicate that.
But that's the thing that I appreciate about the friendship that I've built with Marcus and stuff like that. We've definitely showed up to each other's events and stuff like that.
She called me at the last minute today, but that's what friends do. They come through in the clutch, you know what I'm saying? I made sure I wasn't musty and I got here, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk,
Thank you for that. Thank you.
But I
like she told me, with the time frame, but friends come through though, you know what I'm saying? And they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not a price tag or a bill or this, that. She said she's gonna pay for my parking. I didn't ask her for that, because guess what? She said, hey, somebody canceled at the last minute. I know how that feels. So guess what? I'm going to be here for her to make sure that whatever this podcast can be successful. And that's what friends do. You know what I'm saying? They come through in the clutch for you. You know, and not just the clutch, but they are there. And they show concern. You know what I'm saying? Like for real though.
Because I'll be like, hey friend, what we doing?
Yeah.
I got fun now. Like what we gonna do? I'm good if anything happens. But I learned, like, another thing I learned when it came to friendship was that one friend, and when life is good, you don't hear from them. And then when life is down, you talk to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That was another hard lesson I had to learn. So I just learned how to stop being available.
But do you think that sometimes people like to? Do you think that sometimes people tend to like to see you down? They rather see you down and going through, and they're around, and then all of a sudden when you're doing good, then it's like, you know.
For me, like when they were down, they call. I'm gonna say, because I'm a concerned friend, so I'm gonna let you dump. And then I'm gonna be thinking of A, B, C, D that you gonna do to get out your situation. And because of that, and they knew that, they did it all the time. And then when it worked out for them, I didn't hear from them at all. It was like, I'm good. I don't need you anymore. So I stopped letting people leech off me. Because now here I am stuck with your problem, and you living your best life. And I'm here just boggled down with whatever you had going on.
You just said a trigger word for me. Available.
Available.
That was one of the things that my therapist talk about all the time.
Hello, shout out to therapy.
Shout out to therapy. Listen,
go to therapy.
I encourage everybody to, go and have a seat on the sofa, man. It's gonna do you all the good in the world. Availability is such a touchy subject, right? Not just in friendships, but in relationships, even in marriages. you know, one of the things that we visit often in my therapy session is being available when to know when to be available.
Yeah.
And what are you available for?
Yeah.
Right. All of that is centered around protecting your peace.
Yeah.
I'm a big energy dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I have, the Lord has gifted me with a great spirit of discernment.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can feel spirits.
Yeah.
I can feel energy. And if your energy ain't right, I ain't available.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I try to reciprocate the energy that is offered to me, right? And I feel like that's such a touchy subject because, you know, when you're trying to protect your peace, you just can't be available for everything and everybody.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, friend or no friend.
Yeah.
You just can't be available because if your peace is worth anything to you, you're gonna go to whatever measure you need to go to protect it.
Yeah.
And I just think that, you know, it's a balancing act for some to understand, one, who you are. I think that's a big deal, understanding who you are. And then, you know, trying to be ready and available and safe for whatever it is that you have going on, to be good enough to be available for anybody else, i.e. your friends or your spouse or your children, you know, especially, I mean, children, you know, I got teenagers. So, you know, 19, 18, and 15. So they are in college. And I mean, you know, these kids, man, they dealing with all kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm listening to all types of different stories and scenarios and instances and situations where, you know, I'm really listening to be, just to be that voice,
Yeah.
you know, that voice of reason, that voice of rationale, you know, especially in a situation of decision making. I mean, you just got to know what you're available for, what you are available for, and what you ain't. I mean, that's
I like how you said
so
that
important.
voice.
Yeah.
Because when you got true friendships,
Mm-hmm.
like I heard Morgan say, "Oh, I talked to Kim before I came, or I
Mm-hmm.
talked to Zach before I came,"
Mm-hmm.
because they're a true voice.
Their voice.
Their voice. I can call my friend and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, take that down. You better than that. Take that off
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing too
Absolutely.
much.
Yeah.
Friend,
Hey,
take that
thank you.
down.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't do that."
Yeah, that's
or
right.
if I'm calling, and like you say, what you available for, I can call
Mhm.
my friend. Where are you spiritually? Oh, I ain't too good right now. All
Yeah.
right, so what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got to make sure you're in the right space before I even tell you anything.
That's it.
Because what if you ain't in space to receive? Now I dumped this off on you. Now you got your stuff and my stuff.
That's right.
You can break a person down like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've
Well,
learned
Kim
that
said
too.
it. Kim said it. She said another pivotal word, which was vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
Being vulnerable. You know, I think it's necessary to have this sense of self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
To know when you can be vulnerable, but also to understand when a friend is in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right? They ain't in a position for you to dump on them because they in a vulnerable state. They
Right.
dealing with something.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, self-awareness, again, that spirit of discernment, I think that's just so important. I mean,
It is.
I just hang my hat on that because, you know, everybody doesn't have that gift,
Yeah.
unfortunately. You know, everybody doesn't have that gift and everybody can't, you know, understand those things, you know, spiritually. So, but yeah, vulnerability, availability, I think those are just most imperative in a friendship.
I mean, this was a great discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This was
again,
a great
going back
discussion.
to what I was talking to you guys about earlier, if I'm in and for me, this is just how I think. If I'm in any type of ship, we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
If we're not growing one another, we're not helping and pushing each other go to the next level.
Sure.
Because in life, I have learned, especially with how God is blessing my life, there are levels.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And if we're not tapping in and if we're not moving to the same levels, and when we get on the phone, all we gossiping about is who mess around, who do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got, okay, I see where your mind is.
Everybody can't go
This
with
ship,
Everybody
I'm
can't
finna
go with
sever the ties.
I've been
But
told
if I
that.
can't push
Yeah.
you and help you go to the next level,
Yeah.
I'm out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I don't
make it
have room. I don't have time to judge nobody
Yeah, man.
when I got so much in my closet.
Yeah,
I got so much that I'm asking the Lord to keep hiding
Yeah.
myself
Keep hiding,
to be
Exactly.
worried about what somebody else is
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Let's push each other to be our, to our full potential.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Right.
That's
No
where
doubt.
I'm at.
And you guys, again, This is a great topic.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we will definitely have a part 2 on that discussion on the next whichever episode I think of. But I definitely appreciate you guys for being here, for coming out. My co-host, you guys, thank you guys so much for the discussions, the hot topics, everything. You guys tune in really soon because it will be out for you guys to tune in and watch.
Yes.
So I thank Marcus Jordan, Leroy Thomas, and Rashonda Morrow. And I'm your girl, Lady Kimberly Jackson from Unfiltered Beyond the Pew. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Good night.